How my client went from extremely unhealthy relationships her entire life to coaching with me and finding the man of her dreams in 5 weeks. If you are somebody that is struggling with your self-concept and you've continually had one unhealthy relationship after the other, then stay tuned because this video is for you. Before I go into that though, for those of you that are new, I'm Natalie and this is As the Pennies Drop, and this channel is all about creating a life you love, deserve and desire. I am a conscious manifestation coach and a neurotransformation therapy practitioner, and I provide a variety of one-on-one and group coaching solutions to guide you all to release the traumas that are holding you back from creating the life that you want, to release these limiting beliefs, disempowering beliefs, and to create empowering beliefs to project you forwards on the right trajectory to manifest your desires and to have a life full of love and kindness and ease. Ease is very important, easy life. So if you would like to find out more about that, then please get in touch by clicking on the link below. Okay, back to the video. So my client reached out to me, I think it was the beginning of August, just before I went to Ibiza. She booked a 30-minute coaching session with me. And as soon as we connected on Zoom, she said, just to let you know, I want to book the 6-week breakthrough program with you. I've watched your YouTube videos and I know that you're going to be the person that can help me to get my desire, which at the time was specific person or a committed, healthy relationship. It's always very nice to, for a start of a coaching session, for somebody to say that. So, so we hit it off really, really well. Now, the 6-week breakthrough program that she had chosen to go through with me is basically designed to release deep embedded traumas that we are holding on to. We look at the negative emotions that we've attached to certain events in our lives, and we look at the limiting beliefs that we've attached to each of these events too, all based around the area of loving relationships, which is what she was wanting to have. So throughout the program, what we did was we worked on releasing these negative emotions, so eliciting them through learns that we would gain from a particular process that we use, our timeline regression process. We looked at the limiting beliefs as well, and we revised them. So we elicited the old and we replaced them, reprogramming the mind. That's the transformation part. Reprogramming the mind, the subconscious mind, with new empowering beliefs. So through the 6-week program, we were working on her self-concept through affirmations, through releasing hurts and pains, and creating new limitless and empowering beliefs. So I've just made a few notes here as well, so I don't miss anything out. So basically, my client had she had stories about herself of always being second choice, which actually is a story that a lot of my clients have, of not being the one that gets chosen, always being pushed to the back of the queue, not being prioritized, never the one that will get the guy or the guy that she wants, not feeling good enough, and having a belief of, well, what's the point anyway, because they always end up leaving me. And she really, so just looking at my notes here as well. So she also felt like she had to be perfect to win a man's heart. She had to be perfect for a man to stay. And she also felt that she was never quite perfect enough. So all of this kind of combined created a lot of, as you can imagine, anxieties and doubts within her. So at the beginning of the program, what we did is we looked at the place where she was now. So where was she now as opposed to kind of where she wanted to be? So we discussed where she was now, and where she wanted to be was she wanted to be in a loving relationship. She wanted to be pursued and desired, valued, adored. She wanted to feel equal to her partner and treated like a queen. Why not? and also to feel comfortable in a loving relationship, to be herself. So they were her primary kind of, that was the outcome that she was looking for. So throughout the program, we focused on that being the outcome and the stories that we were telling ourselves, that she was telling herself. So we could focus on the correct stories for her to be able to focus on that specific outcome. And there are certain tasks as well that I gave her at the end of each session that she would go away and do, on top of telling herself specific affirmations that we designed specifically based on her beliefs about herself. So she'd also said that she either wanted her specific person back, or she wanted to be in a loving, healthy, committed relationship within 3 months. So we go through a 3, 6, and 12-month kind of goal setting. So for the first 3 months, she said that she either wants a specific person back or to be in a loving, healthy, committed relationship. So over the course of the program, it's really incredible actually how this program works, because you start to see people coming back to life, their eyes start to sparkle again. They've got a passion for life again. They've got a belief in themselves. So through doing the tasks that I set in the background, and also with what we're doing to elicit these negative emotions and to rewire the subconscious mind, you start to really grasp who you are, who you really want to be. And she started to really come alive. I mean, she's quite a bubbly person anyway, but she started to really come alive. And you could start to see that she started to have belief that it was actually possible for her to have this, not just that she wanted it, but she started to feel more comfortable in the knowledge that that was what she was worth, that she was worth being in a loving, healthy, committed relationship with somebody that was equal to her, that treated her like a queen, and that she felt comfortable just being who she was, that she didn't have to be this perfect person that actually just caused her more stress and anxieties anyway. So she was able to she started to relax and become a lot calmer in her mind with these new affirmations. And like I said, there were some other tasks as well that I set her to do in the background in between each session that we were having. But she started to come alive and started to actually really realize that she was worthy of having a healthy relationship. And she understood that with the stories that she was telling herself, the limiting beliefs that she was holding on to was creating the consequences of her life. And those limiting beliefs were disempowering her from being able to have the life that she wanted. So we, towards the kind of middle part of the program, we started to work on, after we'd elicited the negative emotions, because negative emotions basically just cause us more hurt and more harm than good. They don't protect us. They never protect us. There's learns that are hiding behind these negative emotions. And so what we do is we entice these learns out, and therefore they then can be used as positive affirmations or new limitless beliefs as well. So then we start to focus on the limiting beliefs, and we started to create some incredible, empowering beliefs for her. And I've written a couple down actually. So one of her limiting beliefs was that she, and again, this does resonate to a lot of people, that she just didn't feel good enough. She didn't feel good enough. And we revised that to, I love and accept myself for who I am, and everything I desire comes to me and stays in my life so easily and effortlessly. She also had feelings of abandonment. And so we revised that to, I'm exactly everything a man desires in a woman, which is why the man I chose commits to me and stays. So you can see what she would do then with these limitless beliefs, more empowering beliefs, after we rewired the subconscious mind and pressed them in the subconscious mind using the timeline regression tool throughout the program. She was then able to use these as takeaways to keep focusing on. So she was focusing on the new story, that she was worthy of being loved, and she was enough to be loved and accepted just as she was, and for men to stay in a loving, committed relationship with her. There were a lot more that we went through as well, but there were just two that I wanted to share. So we'd elicited the negative emotions from her, these deep-rooted pains that she was holding on to. We were telling the story using new limitless beliefs as well of who she was. There were tasks that she was doing in the background as well that we'd set for her to do, and she was extremely diligent in doing the work as well. And so every week I was seeing so many amazing improvements from her. And like I said, she was becoming more alive and calmer and more relaxed, and everything just started to feel a lot easier for her. She was being praised at work where she wouldn't have been praised. She was more relaxed in meetings because she was feeling more self-assured. She knew her worth and she knew her value. And so lots of areas of her life started to change in this short space of time. Now, as I mentioned, all of this was around loving relationships, but this course, you can pick a particular subject or topic that you want to revise in your life. But when you revise yourself, you're revising your entire life. So when you transform the thoughts to more empowering thoughts that you have about yourself, so your self-concept, and you release limiting beliefs and create limitless and more empowering beliefs, you are literally transforming your entire life. Every area of your life will start to change because you've changed, and you are the God of your reality, and what you think about gets pushed out. So when you change this, everything else changes in your outer world. So she'd said either specific person or a loving, healthy, committed relationship. And she did decide to reach out to the specific person to just kind of see where things were. And, you know, she was really happy. They were having some really lovely conversations. But at the same time, she was messaging, you know, a couple of other different people as well. But it was a specific person that she said that was her kind of main priority, not these other people. But the more she was in conversation with a specific person and through doing the self-concept work, she realized that, you know, that relationship was never right in the first place. And yes, she could have revised that, but she chose not to. She chose not to. And the conversations that she was having weren't necessarily very inspiring for her either. So, like I said, in the background, she was having messages with a few different people, and one in particular. So she had decided to let go of the specific person. She knew that now. And this does happen as well. When you raise your self-concept, when you raise your awareness of who you really are, and you start to become more whole, valuing yourself, respecting yourself, and loving yourself, you start to realize what you actually are worth. Now, you can always revise somebody, but in this instance, she was like, no, I'm done. I'm done with it. But she was quite adamant that's what she wanted in the beginning. She was like, no, I'm done with it. I'm absolutely done with it. It wasn't what I wanted. That relationship was never right for me. And we get to the 5th session, and she tells me about a date she has with a man that she'd been messaging for a few weeks. They just hadn't been able to kind of meet up. And they'd been seeing each other ever since, like every day. So she has a date with somebody. She'd been messaging for a few weeks. And literally, he is everything she has ever wanted. He pursues her, treats her like a princess, like a queen. She can be herself with him. She feels equal to him. She's met the family. They're spending time going to friends' events together. No, they are now a proper couple. A proper couple. You see, you can only attract what you are. And by changing her self-concept and her value and her views and releasing these awful disempowering beliefs and creating these new empowering beliefs and releasing the negative emotions, eliciting these negative emotions from the body, she became whole. She became the person she was always meant to be. So she was showing up in the world, valuing herself, respecting herself, loving herself, seeing her worth. Finally, she attracted exactly that back. somebody that values her, respects her, adores her, you know, sees her, hears her, allows her to be herself, and he loves her no matter what. She's finally found that relationship where she can be her and breathe. You know, no more anxieties, no more stresses, no more worries. And all of this through the 6-week program was releasing like these deep-rooted, if you've heard Carl Jung's shadow self, these deep-rooted, the shadow self, kind of releasing those hurts and pains and triggers, anxieties from her, created her new self-concept. And that's exactly the work we did, with affirmations and obviously revising limiting beliefs to empowering beliefs. That's all we did. And it can be, sometimes it can be slightly uncomfortable with the 6-week breakthrough program, because we do take you back to events and things that have happened to you in your past. But the rewards are phenomenal. And I've seen extremely amazing results through this program. It is magical how people transform themselves through this program, which is scientifically proven and endorsed by Prince Charles, to release traumas. And it's actually based on the Warrior program, which was designed for ex-militants of war that were carrying a lot of traumas from things that they saw when they were out fighting in places like Afghanistan or Iraq or somewhere. So it really is an incredible, incredible program. And by doing the work, and she was diligent with it, and we had a session every single week. And like I said, within the space of 4 to 5 weeks, that was it. That was it. We continued on the 6th session to release the last few limiting beliefs that she had as well. And, you know, she's messaged me the other day to say they are now talking about moving in together after Christmas, or around about Christmas time. And another one of our outcomes was that she wanted to be living with them within 6 months' time. So there you go. Anything is possible when we change the way we view ourselves, when we change our self-concept. You really can be, do, and have anything you desire. You can create awareness as to whether you want your specific person back or not. It's then down to you. It's not their choice, it's your choice. Or you can tell yourself that you actually want to start afresh and you want something brand new. And that's exactly what she did. And she's literally never experienced a relationship like this. It truly is. Some of the stories she's told me are absolutely incredible, just full of love and kindness, respect and value. Like I said, her now the new specific person, his family absolutely adore her. Her friends adore him. And yeah, it's amazing. It is absolutely incredible. So if you are interested in finding out more about the 6-week breakthrough program, then please get in touch with me. You can click on the link below, or you can just email me at natalie@asthepenniesdrop.com, and I'll happily exchange an email with you about it. So there you go, client success story, how she built her self-concept up, how she became the version of the person she always knew she could be, how she released the hurts and pains, started telling herself more empowering beliefs about herself to get the loving relationship she's always dreamed of, and in such a short space of time as well. So there you go. Please feel free to like, share and comment as always, and subscribe. I'm looking to get 4,000 subscribers. That would be so cool to get that by Christmas time. So it's got a few months ago, a couple of months ago, even 2.5 months ago. So yeah, that would be really cool if we can do that. And I'll be back soon.